Alright, welcome to the Academy of Higher Learning's Introduction to C. I guess this tutorial will be showing you how to set up an IDE for C. We'll be using two methods. I guess the first method I'll be showing you is a simple install of an application called, let's just let Chrome load up. Okay, of an application called Code Blocks. We can just Google that, and essentially we could just program C inside of this IDE. It would install the compiler and everything and allow us to compile and run programs. The other method, which some people might prefer because they want to use a different text editor such as Notepad++, would be to install the C compiler as a standalone and then allow Notepad++ to execute it, which I'll be showing you after this one because this is the easier way. So anyways, you want to go to the Code Blocks website, go to the Downloads tab, and download the binary release. If you're using a different OS other than Windows, and I would assume you know how to install, I guess, your respected software, but if you don't, you can message us on the feedback form, and I guess I'll figure it out and let you know how to install it. So since we're on Windows, we'll be choosing this one, Code Blocks 13.12 main W setup. If the, I guess, version increases, still get it. It should be fine. So let's go to SourceForge and just allow it to download. Anyways, I already know that I have it downloaded. Let's just open the downloads folder. Accept 2. Let's get this one. Just press yes, allow it to run, and essentially what we're just going to do here is install this. Agree, next, install. Now the other method is to, I guess we'll do this. Actually no, I'll wait till I finish this method to show the newer one. Okay, so it's installing. Do you want to run it? Yes, let's run it. Okay, so let's create a new empty file, and just to test this, let's create our main function, and let's just write printf hello world. Okay, so that's done. There's these three buttons up here, which I guess these are the ones you'll be using the most. One is build, and that will allow you to, I guess, compile your code. Actually, not I guess, it will allow you to compile your code. This one will allow you to run it, but it can only be done so after compiling your code. So let's say you make a change. Let's just save this to my desktop. We'll call it run. And the extension is .c, by the way, in case some of you are in Linux and you need to type the extension. So okay, so we could build and run this, which is actually what I will do. Build and run, and we have an error because, let me just include these. I'll explain what these mean later on, but just for now, and we need this one. Oh, sorry, I forgot this. Okay, so let's run this, and hello world, process returned 11. Ideally, you would have a return line in here, so let's just say return 1 for true. And you run that, and you get hello world, process returned 1. So this is the simple way through the IDE. The more complex way, let's just close this, is to download the compiler, and what we can do is we'll Google min-gw, just the first link, and let's go down to the download section, installer, and get set up. Give it a second to download. You want to allow it to install to C GW, and I'll explain the reasoning, I guess, shortly. Actually, I'll just explain it right now. The reasoning is because we need to set environment variables, and it's just a lot easier for me to just give you the lines if you're installing it directly into that directory. You can interchange it, but you would have to mess with a few lines I'm giving you later on. Also, all the links for this I'll be posting in the description of the video, so you can just go there and click it. Anyway, so since we're doing C, we want to install the Objective-C one, and just for fun, we'll install the C++ one. So let's go apply changes, apply, and just allow it to install. Okay, so I just paused and resumed it so we can just get to the end here. Anyway, so it's installed this. Let's just close this, and we can now close this. So now we want to get, well, I guess this. So I'll get you here from scratch. So we Google MSYS, we click this, and right here, install MSYS 1.0.11. So let's just download that. Yes, use to continue, yes, next. Yep, just continue through the installation, let it install to its default directory. Now you'll get this script. Do you wish to continue with the post installation? Just press Y, enter Y and then press enter. And do you have MinGW installed? If you recall, we just installed this, so let's press Y. And where is your MinGW installation? Now if you set the, I guess, path to be this exact same thing, if you didn't change it, it would be this, but if you did change it, then you would know where to find it. So yeah, just enter that, press enter, it does its thing, enter, and we're done that. So you don't need to run either of these. Finish that. The last thing we need to get is this, so MSYSDTK, and you can just click this source board link right here. So we install this as well. Do you wish to continue? Yes. Next, next, next. Same directory as the MSYS, by the way. Even if you're on an x64-bit operating system, just this is fine. Next, finish. Okay, so now everything's installed for the standalone compiler. What we need to do now is set the environment variables, or the environment path. I forget what they're called. But you need to go right-click on Computer and click Properties. And then Advanced System Settings and Environment Variables should be right here. Now what you want to do is you want to go down to System Variables, and you want to find the one that says Path. Once you find that, click Edit. And I will give you these lines in the description. You just have to copy this and paste it at the end right here. Whoops. I guess I can't copy into my virtual machine. So, how would I do this? Bidirectional. Now let's just copy this again, see if it works now. Yes, it does. Great. So you just copy that in there, make sure you put it at the very end. Press OK, OK. Now usually you do have to save for this to work, but a lot of times you don't. So let's just test it. Open up command prompt. If you didn't see what I did, just go start, type in CMD. It should be the first option. And you want to test it by entering gcc -- version. And because you got all this, that means it worked. It was installed. And if you want to test if you have C++, just type g++ -- version. Great, so now we know that this is installed. Now what we want to do is we want to set it up with Notepad++. Now if you don't have Notepad++, you can just get it from notepad++.org. So I have it already downloaded. Let's open that. Additionally, we also need the Notepad I guess it's exact plugin, And so all you want to do is Google npp exec, go to the first source forge link, download the latest plugin. I know for a fact I need the Unicode version. Just let that download. And we want to put that into your Notepad++ plugins folder, which should be right here. Copy these two, drag them in there, continue. Great, so now all we need to do is restart Notepad++, which should be easy enough. Also, I already have this test C file, which is it just prints hello world. Let's go to plugin, let's go to Notepad exec, execute, and you have to type these commands. So npp_save, again I'll put all this in the description. Current directory, and cmin, again this is assuming you installed it in this directory, -g, and then file, name, and then just close the quotations, and let's save this as, I guess, C compiler. Let's save it. Okay, now if you just want to assign a shortcut to it, oh okay, so you see it already ran. Let's just include stdio.h. Okay, so now we want to make a shortcut to essentially just run this script to compile it right away. And what we can do is we can go to settings, shortcut mapper, and you want to scroll down till you find the script you created, which should be called C compiler. So let's just keep scrolling down. Oh, sorry, you have to go to plugin commands. That's probably why. I feel like I messed up the name. Let me just go back and check it. C compiler. No, okay, so it was right. Oh, sorry. Okay, so I missed a step. Let's go to npp exec. Let's go to advanced options. Item name, let's call this C compiler. Let's associate it with this script. Let's add it to here. And now we can, oh, Notepad++ wants to be restarted. Let's just quickly restart that. And now we can go to settings, shortcut mapper, plugin commands, and C compiler. Let's just double click that. Assign it to control and 2, just because that's what I prefer. Oh, sorry. Okay, close, control 2. It should run it, but right now it's not, so let's just run it this way. And so it ran, there were no errors. And if you go over here, we have our file which just runs hello world. So that's the other way of, I guess, installing a C IDE. So that's the end of this tutorial. I guess I'll do another one regarding the basics of C.